Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to do a 12-week plan or 12-week goal setting according to the book The 12-Week Year. So this video is part of the October Productivity Challenge, the 31-day challenge that I posted on my community tab. So if you want to see future videos related to that, to join in with the challenge, make sure you are subscribed and you have your notifications on so that you know when new videos are up. But essentially, each day of the month of October, we're going to be taking on a different productivity tool in order to become more productive. Today's video is going to be all about 12-week planning. I've done some videos on this in the past, but this is going to be sort of like an updated, quick version which shows you how to kind of set up your 12-week goals and kind of the importance of setting 12-week goals. Firstly, why would we do this instead of doing just your normal annual goals that people do for either the academic year or the new year in January? Well, typically I think a lot of people will relate to the idea that when you set New Year's resolutions, you often do this without any real purpose, and you can end up at the end of the year looking back at your resolutions and forgetting that you even set them because you give yourself way too much time. And even if you've gone 3 months and not made any progress towards these goals, you sort of feel like you still have a lot of time to get the things done. Whereas with 12-week goal setting, it really means that you are kind of sprinting towards the finish and that you can really get more done in the year because you have 4 12-week periods essentially that you can really work hard for certain goals. 12 weeks is just long enough to get things done and just short enough to keep you motivated for the 12 weeks. I think the 12-week year is a book that really shows you the importance of setting short-term goals and how that can be important for your long-term vision. So it's important when setting these goals that they're not just arbitrary goals, things to get done in 12 weeks, but they should really have a meaning for how you see your life going in the future. So they should lead towards your long-term vision for your life and not just be something that you could theoretically do in 12 weeks. Another thing that the 12-week year teaches us is the importance of really monitoring your performance with regards to these goals. So they give us 2 different indicators, the lag indicator, which is more output based, and the lead indicator, which is more based on like a continuous number of things that you're doing. So for example, one of my goals is to get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube this 12-week period. And a lag indicator would be the number of subscribers I have and the number of views, things like that. But a lead indicator might be something like the number of videos I post per week, if that makes sense. So this is something that kind of is the process more so compared to the actual output. So the lead is the things going into it. So the number of videos I post and like I suppose how much I promote them on social media and things like that. So it's important when you're setting these goals that you do have some understanding of the lag and lead indicators. And that way, on a weekly basis, you're able to really track how you're doing with regards to your goals. Are you actually doing the things that you said you were going to do? 12-week year really makes you actually look through your goals every single week. So the monthly and weekly setups we're going to be doing in separate videos. So again, be sure you are subscribed for those. But essentially the way it works is that you will have a weekly plan where you can have kind of a score for how well you adhered to the individual things you need to do to meet your goals. And at the end of each week, you will grade your week. Usually it'll be a case that if you're not seeing any progress towards your goals, it's because you're missing out on some of those lead indicators that things you should have been doing but haven't been doing. So if I didn't post and I didn't see any growth, then that would make sense. In that way, you really hold yourself accountable because you are really checking this on a weekly basis. And it's not just like setting these goals and seeing what happens and trying to manifest things, but really making sure that you're taking actionable steps towards them each week and really tracking that and making sure that you're doing everything you possibly can to meet these goals. Another thing that the 12-week year helps with is being super productive because you do only have a short window, and it means you end up stripping a lot out of your day in order to make time for the things that really matter with regards to your goals. And it kind of helps you almost use the 80-20 rule by stripping out anything that's not going to be important for your goals. And it really helps you to get there on a quicker path than if you weren't so time focused, so time bound by the 12 weeks almost. So now we're going to get into the planning side of things. So this video will be about setting up the 12-week goals and putting in some of those tasks that I need to do either on a weekly basis or one-off tasks into the framework, so that then when I go to do my 4-week plan and my 1-week plans in the next videos, then you will kind of already have an indication of what you need to put in there. These planner templates will be available to all of my channel members. So if you're a member of PhD Productivity Community, then you'll see members only community posts where I post access to things like this. However, if you want to make them yourself, that's also totally fine. So I have obviously included the kind of tutorial part where I'm making the spreads so that if you do want to do this yourself, you totally can. So the first thing that you might want to do before you set the goals is to decide what aspects of your life you want to address with these goals. So what I did was I made a little graph with the different aspects of my life, and I rated them how they are now, from best to worst. So the things that I put on mine were health, relationships, my PhD, YouTube, Daisier, my startup, as well as my part-time job, which is working for a drama school. I kind of rated them from best to worst, so I felt like at this point I'm pretty okay with where I am with things health-wise. For both physical and mental health, I think I'm on a pretty good track. And similarly for relationships and for my part-time job, I feel like both of those are ticking away nicely. So the three areas then that ended up being more needing work were my PhD, which I think that will always be in this group. No matter when I'm setting 12-week goals, of course I'll always be doing something for my PhD, but especially there's two separate things that I want to work on there. And then the other thing is YouTube. So I definitely feel like in recent months I haven't been posting as much, and then I haven't really been growing as much either. Obviously I'm so happy to have all of you here supporting me, but I do think I could make more of an effort, so that's something I'd like to work on for the next 12 weeks. And then the last thing is my startup Daisier. So we definitely went in hot in the beginning, trying to really push out as much as possible, and now it's kind of taking a dip, so I think we need to lift that back up, and I think setting a goal will really help with that. So that's how I sort of decided what goal areas I would be doing based on that. So then when I made my 12-week year planner setup for my 12-week goals, I then was able to pick some goals. So for my PhD, I chose doing my stage 2 transfer, which is very important. So that's something I want to do December 15th. And also doing another project. So we have just started working on a new project, and I would like to get that done in the next 12 weeks. Because I think it would be nice to kind of finish it up before Christmas and like tie up some ends with that. I think it's always good. Then for YouTube, my goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers. And for Daisier, my plan is to, with my partner obviously, to develop some of the free areas of the platform and maybe get some initial paid products that are associated with it. And the next thing to do is to start to include some of the ways that you're going to do this. So the few key tasks that you'll need to do to achieve this. So for my PhD planning, for my PhD stage 2 transfer, what was important was to make sure that I have finished my first main chapter as well as my big bibliography, and to meet my research panel before the stage 2 transfer, and just to discuss if there's anything else I need to do, and maybe make some plans for career credits, things like that, and to demonstrate some transferable skills as well. Then with regard to the project, there's a lot of pre-processing to do, and one lead indicator for this is to work deeply for 4 hours a day. So deep work is something we're going to cover later on this month, again from following the kind of calendar spread of the productivity challenge for this month. We will be covering deep work a little bit later. I have talked about it before, but the idea is that this is the kind of thing that I can really measure with regards to the workday, is did I work deeply for that many hours? So I can really measure that number and decide if that has been enough to get the project done. And then other things like keeping a weekly schedule to discuss with my supervisors what's happened so far and things like that. And then for YouTube, the main thing I suppose for YouTube will be posting videos regularly. That's something I'd like to get back into, a regular habit of posting at least 2 videos a week, because I think that was what I was doing when I was at the best stage so far for growing the channel. And recently it's been more like 1 a week, if at all, sometimes every 2 weeks, which isn't great. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to handle this now that we're back to more like a good scheduling time, and things are a little bit less crazy. Other things that are good for that is kind of increasing my engagement outside of YouTube. So I've been asked to speak for a podcast episode for the PhD Live Raft. So I'll be doing that interview on October 10th, and I'm hoping that will at least increase my range of people a little bit more. So yeah, those are a few of the things that I'm going to be doing for that. And then lastly, for Daisier, one thing that's important is to meet my partner every week to discuss the startup and how we're going to continue, as well as we have some mentors that we can meet every 3 weeks, and for that it's good for us to have sort of 3-week goals then that we can try to achieve things within those 3 weeks between the meetings. So we would like to get a cool Pomodoro timer up on our site pretty soon. At the moment we have a very basic one running, but we'd like to get one that's a bit more functional and to really differentiate it from other ones that are out there. And we'd also like to start doing some planner templates for people, similar to the kind of ones that I would do, but maybe more digital based and that are more specific for the kind of things we're looking to do with Daisier. Essentially, these are things that I either will be doing as a once-off or on a weekly basis, and this way I have some indications already for when I need to be doing certain things, so that when I go to set up my 4-week plan and my 1-week plan, I should have some understanding of how to do that. So these templates will be available to all of my channel members. So if you are a member of PhD in Productivity here on YouTube, then you will have free access to these planner templates. That is it for this video. Comment down below what your 12-week goals are, and thank you so much to all of my members. You really make it possible for me to be able to continue making these videos. I really can't tell you how much I appreciate your support. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.